Welcome to OnCore for the week of February 6th. This is your weekly show around all things mobile games. Let's get right to the biggest news of the week, which continues to be dominated by Nintendo. Not only has Nintendo been creeping into the mobile space with their new hardware, the Switch, but they're also releasing huge mobile titles on iOS and Android. This past week, Fire Emblem Heroes was released into the public, and it's definitely the belle of the ball right now in the mobile gaming scene. The game currently holds a 76 on Metacritic, which seems kind of low for such a big release, but there are still not a ton of reviews out there since the game is so robust. Pocket Gamer UK published their full review of the game, scoring it a 70, saying in their review, if it didn't have that name, if Nintendo didn't make it, then no one would bat an eyelid about the score it's going to get. But everything that the game tries, it pulls off. It's stylish, it's entertaining, and it's more challenging than it first appears. Then on the flip side of that, Nintendo did make it, and you can argue that it's not up to the usual high standards we'd expect from the company. It's a good game, it's not a great game. And then there's Christine Chan over at App Advice, who gave the game a much more favorable review, saying, I'm still early on in the game, but I'm pretty happy that I can finally play Fire Emblem on my iPhone. The graphics look amazing on Retina screens, the artwork for characters and battle sprites is well done, the music and voice acting is incredible, and the controls for combat feel much more intuitive on touch screens. So the jury is still out on whether or not Nintendo has a certified hit on their hands with Fire Emblem Heroes. I personally haven't played enough of the game to give any kind of definitive verdict, but I'm leaning towards the positive vibe so far, especially in the visuals and presentation. You're getting a ton of value here for a free-to-play game. So now that Nintendo has put out two mobile games, Super Mario Run and Fire Emblem Heroes, there's kind of a tale of two worlds going on. On the Mario side, you've got a game that's aiming for mainstream appeal, even more so in the recent updates that adds an easy mode to the game, which gives unlimited lives and unlimited time. That is a completely different approach from Fire Emblem Heroes, which is setting out to bring over a loyal Nintendo fan base with a well-established and beloved property, with the hopes that they have now a mobile franchise that'll keep players coming back for more through in-app purchases. It's really interesting how different the two games are, yet the through line here is the critical response, which has mostly been lukewarm because of the expectations we all have associated with the Nintendo brand, especially when it comes to software. Gamers are expecting home runs every time. So obviously 2017 will be a very pivotal year for Nintendo. We can safely say at this point that Super Mario Run has been a success for them. People are still paying for the game in surprising numbers according to the Wall Street Journal. And Fire Emblem has everyone's attention at the moment, hopefully continue to grow. And then obviously the Nintendo Switch will be the company's most important launch of the year, and maybe even their most important launch ever. In related news, we found out that Nintendo's next big mobile release, Animal Crossing, has been delayed indefinitely. This news was part of Nintendo's overall earnings report on the third quarter of its fiscal year. Though not formally dated, Animal Crossing had been slated to launch on mobile by the end of Nintendo's fiscal year, which would have been March 31st. That has now been pushed to sometime later this year. And that's all the news we have for you on this week's edition of OnCore. We'll have some more to come on Fire Emblem Heroes. Next week, I'll hopefully give you more of my own personal thoughts on the game, along with some great tips and tricks that sites like Kotaku are putting out. So look out for that next week. And in the meantime, tweet us your own thoughts on the game if you've been playing it. @CoreMobileNet is where you can find us, and we'll see you next time.